Did you know that there are 2.27 crore people living in Australia, while this country is also home to 20 crore rabbits, i.e. 10 times more than the population of humans? These rabbits have caused so much destruction in Australia that the government has declared them as destructive creatures. Where for Australia, rabbits are a harmful creature and they have tried every failure to get rid of them. While in the last 30 years, China has imported more than 40 lakh rabbits, not to eat them, but to conduct a unique experiment in the Kubochi Desert. And the result that has been found has left the whole world in shock. Welcome once again to Hidden History Hub videos. Viewers, when a desert turns a green land into a desert, then this process is called desertification. And the biggest victim of this is the Kubochi Desert in China. There was a time when the Kubochi Desert was spreading at an annual rate of 5 lakh acres, i.e. every year, this desert was passing through 5 lakh acres of green land. At that time, China put a lot of pressure on the rabbits and tried to reduce this rate of desertification. During the 1950s and 1960s, many projects were launched. Sand control stations were built, trees were planted in the desert, but this ocean of sand was out of control. Then one day, a local entrepreneur named Wang Wenbao changed everything. Wang invested his money on a strange idea. He started keeping dry bushes in square shapes on several hundred acres of the desert, and started planting willow trees in between them, which we also call the tree of the Vedas. Willow is a tree that can survive without water because its roots go down 300 feet in the desert and look for water. This wood is used to make paper and furniture. But only if this tree can survive in the desert. In the Kubochi Desert, strong winds scatter sand. This evaporates the moisture trapped inside. And to save the willow plants from these strong winds, bushes were planted around it. In the beginning, everyone laughed at Wang, that see who plants a tree in a crazy desert, but no one knew Wang's intentions. Everything went well for the next 3 years, but then a new problem arose. The willow trees now needed special care. If they had to sell the paper and furniture industry, it was necessary to cut the new branches of the tree immediately, so that the main trunk of the tree becomes thick. But it was very difficult and expensive to do this in the desert. And from here, a new turn comes in the story. This was the point where rabbits enter. Especially, the Rax rabbits became a part of this story. The Rax rabbit is a special breed, whose fur is just like the hair of a camel or camel. It is used to make very soft, expensive, and luxurious clothes. But why did rabbits come here? Because their small habit changed the ecosystem of the Kubochi Desert. Rax rabbits like to eat the new branches coming out of the willow tree. When they ate the new and thin branches, the main trunk of the tree became thicker, which the paper industry used to buy at expensive prices. That is, the rabbits ate food and gave the paper industry raw material. On the one hand, the environment, on the other hand, the economy, both started to win. But this was just the beginning of the story. As you know, the roots of the willow tree go inside the ground up to 300 feet. These roots went inside the sand and increased their structural stability. And the advantage of this was that the sand did not fly during the strong winds. And the wetness inside them did not evaporate. Meanwhile, the rabbits started to show their real magic. The waste of the Rax rabbits, that is, their dung, started to work as a fertilizer. In China's zero-waste system, it also became an expensive product. Secondly, this breed of Rax rabbits gives birth to the most Barbies. A female gives birth to 50 bunnies a year. That is, their reproduction rate is also quite high. When these rabbits grew up, their dung also increased, and the land became more fertile. As time went by, the sand turned into farms, where now organic vegetables were also grown. Another important quality of the Rax rabbits also played an important role in this miracle. Their other quality was that they digest grass, but could not digest the seeds of the grass. Because of this, the seeds came out with their dung as it is, and after a while, the grass also started to multiply. That is, the rabbits not only maintained the willow trees, but also grew grass. And in the end, their dung was also sold at high prices. This process became a self-sustaining cycle. The Rax rabbits literally started greening the desert. After the success of this experiment, Wang did not stop there. He rented 100 bulldozers and started leveling the hills of the desert. He filled the pits, straightened the ground, and also started planting willow trees on it. During this time, he encouraged the local people to raise Rax rabbits. With the help of the Chinese government, he ordered lakhs of Rax rabbits and distributed them among the locals. Every house now became a small farm. This project lasted for 10 years, and the entire area changed. There was a time when there was nothing but sand here. Now it is a green area. The total area of the Kabachi Desert is 18,600 sq km, according to the UN report. 33% or 6,250 sq km is now green. This is the result of more than 30 years of hard work. Because of this change, the Kabachi Desert is now known as ecological marvel instead of sea of death. But not only the environment has changed here, people's lives have also changed. The Chinese government has invested 3 billion yuan here, which amounts to about $400 million. With this money, new villages were built here, and people were provided with new jobs in the desert. Today, people have jobs on lakhs of acres of desert. More than 2,000 farms are running, and 300,000 Rax rabbits are sold every year. An average annual income of a farmer has reached up to $9,600. That is, the people who were leaving the desert earlier have now become rich here. According to an estimate, the lives of 10,000 people have changed. In 2017, when media reporters came here, they saw that the environment here was 10 times better than before. Trees, plants, grass, animals, and humans, everything is running in a rhythm. But here a question must be coming to everyone's mind. If rabbits can make the desert green again, then why are they dangerous in Australia? Actually, there were no rabbits in Australia until 1859. Then a British man left only 24 rabbits here so that their population increases, and then the British come here to hunt them. After 70 years, their population has increased so much that now they are out of control. In Australia, rabbits live in their natural habitats, while in China they are kept in a controlled environment. Only as much work is taken from them as is in everyone's interest. This is why rabbits are a nuisance in Australia, while blessings in China. But the story of the Kabachi Desert did not end here. The world's largest solar power image was made here, which is called the Jumna Solar Power Plant. This plant, which is spread over 6,000 acres, is made by combining about 50 lakh solar panels. These make the shape of a running horse when viewed from space. According to the Guinness World Records, this is the world's largest solar panel image. By 2022, this plant had generated 2.3 billion kilowatt energy. This produced 760,000 tons of coal and 1,800,000 tons of less carbon dioxide. But if you think that this power plant only generates electricity, then you are completely wrong. This plant also fights desertification. There is no sunlight under the panels, so evaporation is low, which is why grass is grown here. And to cut grass, Rex rabbits are also kept here. Rabbits eat grass and also grow new grass seeds from their dung. So not only is desertification decreasing, but free energy is also produced, and in the end, the fur of the rabbits is also sold at high prices. And because of the panels, the speed of the fast winds here has decreased by up to 50%. Less sand is displaced, which is why the new land is also slowly becoming fertile. Today, if you go to the Kabachi Desert, there are sheep, goats, ducks, and rabbits living together. There is grass under the panels and a flock of willows nearby. No one could have imagined that the Sea of Death would someday be called the Sea of Life. And it all started with the proper use of a small rabbit. Today, researchers around the world are calling this model the eco-economic revolution. According to a report, 50% of the world's area is desert, and 40% of the area is fighting desertification. Today, Europe as well as America are also trying to learn from this eco-economic revolution. The message of the Kabuchi Desert is clear. If humans and nature work together, then the Sea of Death can also be made a garden of life. I hope you will like and share this video of Hidden History Hub. Thank you so much for your lovely comments. See you in the next video.